Okay, and we are live. So, what we are doing, this is a roll call tonight with Bammett and his guests. And my sister, Miss Shirley, is sitting in for Crafty Leo that couldn't be here tonight. So, one of the OGs just popped in there and took her place. Now,
Hey,
ain't that amazing?
outstanding.
Yeah.
Come
We're
on,
just
man.
trying to wait on a few more people to get in. Hey, I'm boss.
Hey, I'm biased.
Hey everybody.
There she go. There
How
she,
y'all doing?
all right.
Damn
Doing
it. Are you
great.
on the right line?
I hope I am.
Yeah, because I don't see nobody in the oh, there go David Corey.
Yeah,
David,
David just popped in. I figured out how
Wow.
to see the comments now on my laptop, so I
Am I
just seen it.
paused? It looks like
hey,
I'm
Crumble.
going in
Hey, Happy Mac.
circles.
Hey Happy Mac. Hey David.
David must be sick. He the first one in here. David ain't the first one in nobody chat.
He ear
Yeah.
husky.
Hey Tiff, what's
Hey
Hey,
up?
Tiff.
Mike. Miss
Hey
Tiff, how
Mike.
you doing?
I think it was just
Happy
delayed.
Mac.
Yeah.
It probably
Tiff
was.
Farm.
But
Mike's chaotic. What's going on? Can y'all hear me and
we,
see me? It look like I'm
Yes,
paused.
ma'am. We hear you and see you.
Oh, you moving? You
yeah,
okay?
we got you.
I have a question. If we are we talking about the garden or not?
Oh,
I,
Yes,
we're gonna
ma'am.
talk about some planting and gardening tonight.
okay, I have a
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
I have some cucumber that's they growing, but one of the plants just looks like it probably won't make it. I don't know, but is there anything I can do to help it?
Leave it
Pull it
alone.
out and put in another one.
Leave it
Drop some more
Don't
alone.
seeds.
fret over one little plant
Right. Don't
because
try to
one little
resurrect
plant
that
is
one
gonna slow
plant.
you down.
Yeah.
It's 6 of them, G Mama.
It'll
They
catch
in
up.
one.
It's called succession
Hey, Nikki.
planting. When you keep planting the same plant after another plant in case one plant don't make it,
Yeah. Hey Nikki. Yeah.
use more seeds. Just plant another plant.
Yeah.
Don't sweat
Yeah.
one little plant because that one little plant will stress
Hey,
you out.
Kason.
And
Hey,
you
How
said
you
it's
doing, my daughter?
so you said
hey,
it's 6 of
Bianca.
them. Pull up one, you still got 5 left. So you can always drop some more seeds or add another plant. Don't how they say, don't get it twisted. That one is gone. Don't worry about it. Drop another seed or get another plant.
Okay.
Or just leave it alone.
Yeah, sometimes
That,
if you leave them
I
alone,
guarantee
they'll
that
come through and be bigger
that
than the ones that was doing good.
right.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guarantee the
Give it
deformed one might be the best one you have on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That part.
And that's funny you should say that, Jigs, because I had a 6-pack once of peppers and I planted the 5 and in the 6th one, it was like a little runt. And I was like, it's still green. So I didn't put it in the ground. I had a separate pot on the balcony here and I stuck it in there. That bad boy outdid all the rest of them. It said all
Mhm.
I needed was some room and I throw I
E-
throw the little super juice off in there. That bad boy was kicking it like what? I mean,
Yep.
the
Every,
biggest, sweetest pepper. So
every
Hey,
runt is not a runt.
Nikki.
yeah, it ain't us to
Jason
judge it.
55.
Yeah. So yeah. Hey,
you,
Angel.
you know, that was sort of like Leonard Farmer was saying on one of his lives about a lot of people say, well, I don't know how to plant. I don't know how to garden.
Yeah.
If you don't ask somebody,
Yeah.
you'll
You
never
won't
learn.
know.
You'll never learn. And that's the thing that I love about
Hey, Angel.
this particular
I was
community
being Lord.
is that we help each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what I like about when you ask a question,
Come back now.
somebody in here knows the answer, or come up with a solution. Because not
Right,
everybody live in the same grow zone. Not everybody have the
right.
same temperatures and stuff. So
Right.
therefore, if there's someone close in your area that's familiar with the weather and what have you, and might have grown that particular vegetable before, can give you some kind of advice on how to do it. Just like a lot of folks in certain areas they have to stratify their seeds. Whereas here in Ohio, we don't have to do that here because we get enough chill hours to take care of that. Whereas in other warmer areas, they might have to stratify their seeds to get them to germinate. Where we could just take ours and throw them out the window and they're good to go, So, that's why I like the community because it's so diverse. We got from all over, not just in United States. We got people in the UK and Africa, Australia, and the Philippines, and what have you. So it's not just condensed to one little area. It covers a multitude of areas and a multitude.
Hey, Miss J.K. Gardner.
Miss Shirley OG.
Yes, dear.
I have a question. You see my hand up?
I see it.
What is stratify? Is that the same as germinate?
No, that means you can put your seeds like in the refrigerator or the freezer because they need that cold. Like we can grow certain apple trees and peach trees here because we get the chill hours for the plants to how they say, go into hibernation so that they can build up enough energy that in the spring they come to life. Like certain states can't grow certain fruits because of their temperatures. It's too warm either all year round, or they might have some chill hours, but not enough chill hours to get the produce they want. So stratify means cold. They put it in cold storage.
So that means once I put it in if I had to do that, right, I would do the freezer method prior to planting it.
Yes.
Not freezer.
Well, I've done both. Anywhere it's cold, you have to do that in order for them sometimes to germinate. Sometimes they won't germinate unless they've been stratified first.
So is that why I see some people have a fan or something on their plants, or no?
Now that's something different altogether. What they're trying to do, when they got a fan on, they're trying to mock the wind. They're trying to strengthen their seedlings and what have you. Yes. Like if you have your seedlings in the house all the time, they're just at one position. And when you put them outside with the wind, it sways them and it helps them to build stronger stems. So everything we do is to mimic nature until we can get them outside. Just like when you make seedlings and people take them off when they call hardening off.
Yes, ma'am.
They've been in the house too long. They can't go from warm to cold or warm to hot. So you take them out for a couple of hours or half of the day, then you bring it back in. And probably by the third day, when you put them out, you can pretty much leave them if you don't have a issue of a sudden drop like 30 to 40 degrees in the temperature. Then you can leave them out on their own. Now, fortunately, I bought some plants the other day that had been already sitting out. So I'm not even bringing them in the house. I'm sitting them out on the porch so they can already stay acclimated to the weather that they're in. I'm just waiting for the nights to warm up a little bit more before I plant them because the ground is still too cold.
Okay.
Hey, my Renaissance grandma. Yeah, David, it's like going through each season. That's so true.
Okay.
Hey, my Renaissance grandma.
Thank you.
But the thing about it is, if you don't ask questions, you never will find out stuff. I'm learning stuff at my age now from G Mama Grow and my Renaissance grandma. I'm picking up some stuff that I thought I already knew. But just like I asked a question the other night about the rodents and the rats, G Mama Grow did some research for me. I did
my Renaissance grandma.
Research for me, and then sent me the answer, which was super.
Hey, my Renaissance grandma. Yeah.
And I already been using that. I just wanted to show you the video so you can, have some proof, as they say, because I didn't make a video. I didn't want to just willy-nilly tell you something and you be like, well, how do you use it? So,
hey, just gift it.
Hey, just gifted. But you know what, though? I learned from you guys because I never did hydroponics. I've seen it done, but for me to actually do it myself, I got the equipment. I still haven't done it yet. I'm actually using the lights from my hydroponic setup to put all my seedlings underneath it.
Yeah, and it worked. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Crafty.
Hey, Crafty Leo. Just gifted. My Renaissance grandma. Welcome in, Queen.
Yeah.
Unbiased, like David said, you can freeze it.
Yeah.
The thing to it is, I don't freeze nothing. I put it in the refrigerator where it's cool at, and I let it sit. I don't freeze nothing. That's just me.
Well, a lot of
that's
people
a different type of cold.
Forget about it. So yeah, in the refrigerator, when you open it up, you happen to see it more often and keep up with it more so than sticking it in the freezer. So yeah, I understand that too, but you could use both methods.
Okay. I just was like, that must be germination, but it's something totally different. I can't keep up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can put seeds in a wet paper towel inside a plastic bag and just leave it out. And sometimes just the heat from the room can help germinate certain seeds and get it.
Well, that's how I do my seeds from. I forgot who I learned that from, but yeah, that's how I do.
The more you come in a repetition to doing the same thing and getting good results from it.
Right.
You just gotta keep
and some seeds you can soak, and they help germinate them a little faster because they might have a hard shell. But by them soaking, they will swell up with that water, and it gives them a head start on germinating. So, I mean, it's so many different methods that you could use to start seeds for your garden.
For me, once I put my seeds in water, I also add hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for the fungus and whatever. Yeah, got you.
But it helps the seeds germinate and everything.
Yeah, from my chaotic, when he was doing hydroponics, he was showing how he took hydrogen peroxide and sprayed it in the little domes to help cut down possibility of fungus up underneath there or mold or whatever from trying to germinate seeds. So believe me, I watch you guys' videos, I take notes, and it's like they say, you're never too old to learn. And you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I do.
Not you, but me. I really do. I definitely appreciate you. Each and every one of you. I mean, and every little thing that you guys do.
I was watching J3 video the other day, and the way he laid the tarp or whatever that is down on the bottom and then put the pallets. I want to do this to get my plants off the direct ground.
Right.
Yeah. And I, even though I got enough holes in the bottom, the thing to it is, once that water goes down in the pot and didn't touch the ground, it goes out even slower, which cakes up everything in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I raised them fellas up off the ground. And I said, you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, I keep all my pots up off the ground. None of my pots, if I can help it, are actually on the ground, and I'm growing right now on top of concrete, so all my plants are raised up.
Wait a minute, Bama, you see what they said?
Yeah, I got him. I got him. You know, I had already said I wasn't gonna tolerate any of this shenanigans out of those Texans.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So, y'all, I want to show y'all something that's off subject. That got nothing to do with gardening.
Go ahead. GT, how you doing?
Okay.
Since you're a mama, you can get away with anything kind of right now.
Okay. I want to show y'all this baby quilt that I finished.
Hey, GT.
Hold on. Let me put it up the right way.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Oh, that's nice. Big one.
I believe I can get up under that unbox.
So you can put your legs under it, that's for sure.
That one's for a girl.
It's on both sides. Okay.
That one's for a girl.
Well, hey, look here. When you get cold, you grab it all. You don't care what color it is.
Yeah, that's right. Slippers, it don't matter what color, whatever size, it don't matter.
I'm trying to tell you now.
Well, after all these years, I still got my military poncho in the room. When it gets too cold, I will put it on.
That's it. That's it.
Well, I stole my son's sweatshirt when he was in college. He doesn't know I have it. He thought he lost it, but it's quite.
He know now. He know now.
Thank y'all.
That's beautiful.
My second quilt. That's my second quilt.
How long did it take you to make it?
It wouldn't have taken me long, Mama Shirley, but I did some, put it down, did some, put it down. So I would say if I wouldn't have stopped, it probably would have taken me about a week.
Well, I'm trying to finish this blanket for my great grandbaby that I started. Her birthday is in July. I'm not making it for her birthday, but she'll be 2 years old. And I think I should have it finished by now.
Yeah. It's all the cutting. Once you have to cut so much, and that takes the longest.
Yeah, this is
that's coming out nice.
Yeah, so I'm working on that. So I got to get it together.
That's nice.
Yeah. I don't want her going in her first year of college, and I still hadn't.
I'm writing you, GT. I'm writing you.
You don't think it's gonna take that long, do you?
I know, right?
I'm gonna try not to.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you share your bountiful harvest? Do you plant too much?
Both.
Yeah, both.
I do both.
I don't plant enough.
Well,
I can't.
Let me put it this way, Ben. Before I came on, I started to call a lawyer so I could get a divorce from my wife.
Oh, no. Don't put us in that. Don't put us in that.
I was outside. I just came in before we started, but I was outside minding my own business, dealing with trees, repotting some trees and stuff. And she said, "You got more than enough trees."
Oh.
I said, "This is not your business." I said, "This is not your business."
Well, that's about the same.
It is her business. What you mean?
That's about the same thing Fran tells me. She said, "Don't worry about it, just pay for it."
That's right.
But see, I got to share with everything. I had to share with groundhogs, deer, raccoons and stuff. So I figure if I overplant, I'm like to get maybe 1 or 2 meals out and share a few things with some friends before the season is totally gone. Because we have a short growing season here. I mean, we're still spring stuff, much longer summer stuff, and then we're going to have a short spring. It's going to go from spring straight into summer.
Yes.
And then you have to be on it. Yeah, you have to be on it. So.
I did a little short today because my daughter called me and she was telling me about the price of an apple that she wanted, and you won't believe that people actually cut down the fruit trees when they move into an area.
Yeah.
Or they move into a different house and
they don't want
they already got fruit trees.
Well, they say they don't want to take care of that stuff. I seen a neighbor across the street. He got a plum tree. That's awesome. First thing he did when he bought that house is cut that plum tree down. And I'm like,
I always do that, Mike. I always do that.
Why?
I don't understand where they do that at. I mean, I know this orchard that they had here where I'm living at, and it was peaches, apple, peaches. Yeah. And they took and destroyed the entire orchard.
Wow.
And built multifamily homes in it.
That's why. That's why.
Hold up, because they got some rude people in the chat that needs to be addressed. Like chaotic garden. I'm gonna get you. And I'm gonna tell your wife, I'm gonna send her an email and let her know the things that you were saying over here.
But you know what, Bias, I heard you say that, you at the point now where you don't need any more shoes and purses or clothes, that if you had to get a gift, it had to be, something for the garden, tools or trees. So I heard you when you made that statement.
Yes,
so I understand what you're saying. I hear you.
But you know what, Miss Shirley, and this is just for me, like in my 40s, I rediscovered myself, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought that living was, buying the most expensive bags and, doing all this stuff, when in all actuality, we supposed to be living off the land and trying to minimize all that crazy stuff like that. Right?
Also.
Yes. And so I didn't know because my mom and my family, that's how, and they still today continue to live that way because that's just who they are.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Katrina.
I seen the difference, and I'm like, I don't need those things to validate me, which they never really did.
Right.
Right.
Somebody
We all went through that phase.
that's
We
a
all
nice
went through that
bag
phase.
or whatever. They know how much you paid for it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just was saying the other day, I don't know, I had like this vivid dream, and somebody was inviting me to their graduation from high school, nonetheless, right? And on the invitation, the background of the girl was filled with fresh flowers, right? And then all of these decorations around her and all this stuff. And I'm saying to myself, you're not going to appreciate my $10 graduation gift.
Yeah.
Because you spent thousands of dollars on invitations and decorations to graduate high school.
Oh wow.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And so guess what? I won't be attending the graduation.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to appreciate that I only have $10 to give you towards graduation.
No, I understand what you're saying. I went to a prom on this past Friday for my nephew, and I didn't find out till the last minute. And I went, but I just let him know. I just found out about this party at the last minute. He said, Auntie, he said, I'm just glad you showed up. He said, your presence is enough. So I figured your mama raised you right. And you appreciate that, because they had food and drinks and the whole 9 yards, And I felt a little out of place that I came there empty handed, not knowing at the last minute. I said, well, I could have got him a card or something. So I said, I could still get him a card and mail it to him because he don't go to college until the fall. So, yeah. And I know that whatever I give him, he appreciate it.
My hand is up, Mama Shirley.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, stop.
So I'm just going to say this for the young man, because I'm probably 99% right when I say this. He said that your present meant more to him than a gift. And it's probably the word of wisdom that you gave him on that day that he will cherish for the rest of his life and probably use within his upcoming life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to give monetary things. You just need to give people the wisdom that you know or you share.
Yeah. Your time.
Because that's what all of you guys did to me. When y'all started, excuse me, talking about the garden and everything, I was like, I'm not doing that. That's And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, why not? Why not? I can do it. It's gonna take me some work, but I can do it.
Yeah.
Was I successful the very first time? No. Am I still striving for success? Absolutely. Will I stop? No, I'm gonna keep doing it until I figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing to get it right.
Yeah, but see, you was willing to make that adjustment. Some people aren't willing to make that adjustment. They said it's too much, it's too hard, it's too expensive. They don't have the time for this, that, and the third. Well, you make time for everything you do in the course of the day. Just like on your day off, you try to make time to do your shopping, your laundry, your cleaning your house, or whatever. If it's something important enough that you're going to benefit from it by the end of the day, you're going to find time to do it, whether it's spending time with your grandkids and stuff. I used to work every weekend when I was working at the hospital, and my grandkids came and told me, you say, Grand, we don't see you anymore. They in school Monday through Friday. They looking to spend some time with me on the weekend. I had to go back to work and change my schedule. I was like, shoot, my family come first, because when this job is gone, they still there. So I was like, at least give me two weekends off out the month. And I'll do some overtime maybe during the week. And once I changed my schedule, my family life became better because I was able to take that time and spend it with them. So it's according to what you consider a priority can make a difference in regards to how the dynamics go.
Right. Right.
Go ahead, G Mama.
I just wanted to add, gardening is hard, and you just gotta be ready for it. It's not easy. I mean, it takes a lot to raise anything.
Yes.
And that's what gardening is about. It's about patience and what you want to put in so you can get something out of it. Because plants require food, water, air, everything else you have to provide for that plant. And especially if you're growing in a container, that plant is depending on everything that you can give it. If you don't give it anything, it's not going to give you anything.
You got that right.
That's it.
You're so true, Miss Lawrence.
I
You
had
know,
to
that was what we was talking about was about, do you share? You know, a lot of people is probably going to be a lot of bartering going on this coming year, you know, because
for sure.
yeah,
I believe it is.
swapping, bartering, and whatever. But I intentionally plant more than what friends.
Yes.
I do. I intentionally. I do that on purpose.
And I just started doing that, especially when it comes to the flowers and things, because the pests are actually protective pests. The birds, the squirrels, and all of that stuff that you don't want in your garden, you actually do want those things in your garden because they all serve a different purpose.
Yeah.
I don't want the squirrels.
A lot
I don't want the squirrels either. They was fighting me over my fruits and stuff. I had netting over my fruit, and they was trying to pull the netting off. I was like, wait a minute, I get the first peach or the first apple.
Disrespectful.
Well, see, a lot of people talk trash to me because I said when I plant, I know the animals gonna get some, so I let them get what's on the outside, and I get what's on the inside.
Right.
So I don't worry about. Well, I take that back. I'll slap myself in the mouth. I do worry about it when them deers ate up everything.
Yeah.
But on the normal, like the birds and stuff, the squirrel, they used to get the stuff on the outside, and I get all my blueberries and stuff from the inside. My other fruits and stuff, I get from the inside. But usually on the outside, I let the animals have that.
Yeah. But the thing about it is on the inside, the squirrels know how to get in there. And they don't, and they mess with them before anything ever ripens. Take one bite and drop the whole.
They want to taste to see whether it's sweet or not. If it ain't sweet, they go to the next one.
Would the deer do that to my apples? They snatch them out the tree, take a bite out of it, and it's not ripe yet, and it's on the ground. And I learned not to harvest it. I leave it there because they're going to come back eventually. The rest of it so that they don't grab and pick a new one. Finish this one first before you snatch another one off the tree.
Right.
Well, maybe I need to get you to give these squirrels some manners then, Miss Shirley. Because these squirrels don't care because they have 20 pairs laying on the ground and go back to
not 20.
Yeah.
Well, I put bird netting over one of my trees and he got caught up in there and died. And I was just like, I didn't even feel bad. I was like, he had no business up in there nowhere.
Oh, wow.
But I'm glad that G Mama told me about that remedy for the rodents because unbiased, you said that you was afraid of cats, but they can be your best pet sometimes. Your best.
Yeah.
Because not only do they do red squirrels, they red snakes, rodents,
but I'm not supposed to feed
lizards.
Right? You don't feed the stray cats. You just let them
No, don't feed them.
Okay, good.
Not unless you want to become part of your permanent property.
I'm sorry.
Say that again. J3.
Not unless you want them to become a permanent part of your property, then you feed them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
what I was going to say is a plant, and it's called catmint or catnip.
Yeah.
And that'll keep them. Yeah, that'll keep them entertained. Cat grass is different. Cat grass is just grass named cat. It has
Wait,
no.
I thought so. We don't eat catnip. That's for the real cats.
Yes, you can. You can.
Yeah, you can
put
make
in
a tea.
Yes.
Oh,
Tea out of it. Yeah.
I was about to say. I know. I heard somebody said they made like a catnip tea or something. I'm like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
those are
Wait,
two different catnip and catmint.
now I'm biased if you start purring.
And you keep it, you don't put it in the middle, you keep it on the edge of the garden as like a protective fence. Because
Okay.
once it gets to the catnip, it's not going to want to go past or venture off through there.
Okay.
It's going
You
to
don't
want to
want
stay
to
in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if my service is lagging because it's storming outside. So
Yeah, that's what's going on here.
yeah.
Oh,
It
my
was
goodness.
earlier. Now it's stopped.
Mhm.
But I know it's been raining for the last couple of days. Last night I was on
Right.
Tampa and it was thundering and lightning like nobody's business. It was raining cats and dogs. And when I went outside today and look at my buckets and my rain barrel, they were overflowing. It was so much
Mhm.
rain.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's another thing that we should possibly be thinking about and getting prepared is our water catchment.
Yes.
Because the season, like I said, right now we're getting plenty of water, plenty of rain.
Next
But
month you ain't gonna get none.
That's right.
that part. That's
Yeah.
what I was reading in the Farmer's Almanac this season. They said this is going to be the hottest summer, even hotter than last summer.
I don't know.
You
Last one was kind of burning up.
I'm getting my water game up because I sure got me a new rain barrel and proud of it because I ain't never had one and I've been eyeballing them for a minute and now I
Where
got
you
some.
got it from, G Mama?
Huh?
Where did you get it from?
Amazing.
Oh, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how much
It's
was
53 gallons.
and what's the cost?
Shoot. I don't think it was $40.
Okay.
I don't
So
think. I'm not
do
sure.
you have a filter or you just
I'm sorry.
does it come with a filter or you don't need a filter?
Yes. Okay. With the rain barrel works off of gravity. So you need to have it higher than your garden in order for it to be pressurized. So you would not need the
Filter.
adapter that you're thinking of. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And congratulations, Queen.
Because I was having a time with them buckets. I mean, I'm still using my buckets. I still have them out there and they're still collecting water. But that was a lot of work because I had to go through all my plants that have buckets and I have pots that have no holes in order to catch water because there's nothing around here. My apartment building doesn't have an external faucet outside of the building.
Oh, okay. Everything drinks the rainwater. The birds come in my yard, the cats, the doggone frogs. I'm like,
and I just started a new like a bee and butterfly watering station. I've never done it before. I've been watching videos and I'm gonna do it right. But yeah, I got a watering station for them out there also.
I have a bird bath and I got one of those solar fountains to put out there so that the water is constantly moving. They don't like to feel
I wanted a solar fountain. I don't got nowhere.
And you don't have to worry about mosquitoes trying to lay eggs in water that's moving.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta put some mosquito bits in the water because they sure will. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I sure need to go sprinkle some in here.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, Sylvia.
I mean, the mosquitoes and all. Just,
Hey, Sylvia. Yeah. So
yeah, that's the only downside. The mosquitoes will breed in the water.
But you know what I done found out though? In my rain barrels, I go to the pet store and I get what they call feeders. You can get a bunch of them for like $1 or $2, and I put them in the barrels. And they eat mosquito larvae, they eat mosquitoes.
Wait, what is it called?
The fish starters?
They're called feeders, and they're no bigger than this. And
but I'm saying they fish.
Yeah, they're fish.
Oh,
They're fish. I learned that a long time ago from an old lady. She said, just go to the pet store and ask for feeders. And people buy those to feed their turtles or snakes or
ooh, I'm
whatever.
sure finna do
And they
that.
don't die.
At the end of the season, if you don't take them out and bring them in the house, they get big.
I'm gonna put them right in that pot. Ain't they fish?
Oh, so y'all, that's
Well,
what
that's also your
regenerative.
511 too, because they're pooping in the
Yeah,
water.
when they
as
get
well.
done eating
So
all them bugs,
they're
I'm gonna throw them
fertilized.
right up in that pot. Shit,
Yeah,
man,
fertilized.
let me write that
Regenerative
down.
like Wayne. He does that, but he does it with the blue gillfish.
Yeah, but that's aquaponics. It's
But
different.
yeah, but these rain barrels are so small. You don't want no huge.
Right. So the feeders is no bigger than maybe an inch and a half, and they multiply, and they will keep your rain barrels free of.
Now I gotta go buy some feeders.
I am
Oh,
going
yeah.
to get me some. Thank you, Miss Shirley.
On and on.
No,
This.
what is that they put into the water to kill the little wigglies? It's something that
The mosquito bites,
Mosquito dunks or mosquito bits.
the donuts or the bites. Yeah, they got them both.
yeah, it's
I use the bits. They have the dunks are bigger. They're like little circle.
Yeah, they look like
round circle.
Yeah.
Is that red looking stuff?
No, it
It's
looks
usually
like a
brownish
muddy
yellow.
Oh, that's not the same thing.
but
It
there's
looks
a
like a muddy
there's a chemical that you can just put a couple of drops into
I
that
don't know
water
about that.
and it kills the
I don't
wigglies.
know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about them.
Well, I got a bunch of them out there in the bucket. The only reason I ain't kill them because I'm trying to get a coconut to grow.
Now I've known people to put a couple of drops of bleach in it. And the bleach is not so strong that it will kill anything in it, but it will deter any kind of insect that's trying to lay larvae in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike said mosquito bite.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, mosquito bits. That's what I use. I use that in pretty much everything, especially in my house, because it keeps the fungus gnat larvae from hatching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can take, if you don't want to let them die off in the water tanks, you can actually bring, if you got an aquarium, you can bring them inside and keep them over winter and then put them back out there the following year.
Y'all, I pray that my plants are still living after all this rain.
Yeah.
They are.
Well, see, PC survived. You'll survive too.
Yeah,
I know.
The water know what she doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Cookie Peach.
As long as the water can escape on Mars and not just sit there and drown your plants.
Well, I'm talking about the water. I mean the ones that are planted in the rows, like in the ground.
Indigo.
Yeah, she worried about some of them too, but for the most part, the main garden is up on pallets and they're in raised beds. So the main garden, it's got a better chance of making it than the backyard, because when the backyard floods, it does turn into a serious lake, and she worries about her sorrow and her watermelon patch and stuff.
Lake CC.
Yeah.
Hey, Crooked Peach. Hey, Tough Love Indigo. Welcome in.
Hey, Tough Love.
Tough Love. What's up?
That's
Miss Sylvia.
Just got their first rain barrel, so that's
Miss Sylvia.
Yeah,
I know.
And I also put a mesh cover on the top of my rain barrel because those holes that's on the top of the rain barrel are actually quite large and they still allow things to get through. So I bought an extra mesh cover. Well, I didn't buy it. I had it from when I was covering up my bucket, but I just put it on top of the rain barrel.
Or a window screen.
Over your brassicas, you can put them over your rain barrels. And if you got a bungee cord, you can strap it around there. That'll help hold it down, because every now and then we got creatures that crawl up and try to pull it off. So yeah, you got to get creative when you're dealing out here.
Right. Because I use some zip ties and put one of those downpour thing, the spouts, because I don't have access to a downpour spout. So I put one on the end of my banister and I zip tied it to it, and I got it going into my rain barrel.
I had to zip tie my trash cans. The raccoons was
Yeah, zip ties is my best friends out there.
jump in, ramble around, and jump out and close the top back. I was like, boy.
Well, the thing about it, you know, people in the chat and on the panel, you know, it's real out here. The cost is off the chart.
Yeah.
It's going through the ceiling. So it's not something that we're just saying to you or trying to scare you. All you have to do is just go to the store. You'll see for yourself. It's real.
Right.
Yeah, since the pandemic, the stuff that used to be $2 or $3 a bag is now $9 and $10 and $14 a bag. I'm like, are you serious? I was like, I remember I could load up on this before. I said, I can only get 2 bags. This time I was like, they smacking my pocket like as if it stole something. I was like, wow, okay.
And for your hydroponic units, I would advise people to switch over to a water soluble powder because it's cheaper than buying the liquid fertilizers. They make a lot of fertilizers that are liquid, and pretty much they're very expensive, but so is the powder, but you get more bang for your buck out of the powder because the powder is going to last you at least 3 times longer than the water solution.
Oh, Sylvia, that's smart.
And Crooked Pete, you are so right. Another 6 weeks. You are so right.
Like, oh, I did that. I took my old trash cans. If you seen any of my videos, I grew my sweet potatoes in them last year. I don't know that now. I was the same way.
That's what Fran been telling me about, putting a gutter on my little storage building down there and collect some of that rainwater. And it's that particular building is close to my garden anyway. So with the right elevation, I shouldn't have any problem. But I'm gonna need about 3 of those barrels. Yeah. Definitely gonna need about 3 of them.
I don't mean to cut y'all off, but it's storming out here, and I gotta go fix some stuff and check on my dog and all this other stuff. So, but I appreciate each and every one of you for all your advice and information and all of y'all help.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Y'all videos do help people. It's helping me. Okay.
All right.
And I hope one day I'm gonna make y'all proud with some of the stuff that I harvest.
Oh, you already have.
You made us proud by just attempting. You made us proud by just attempting to do it.
Huh?
You made us proud just by attempting to do it.
Oh,
you attempt and you did it.
But one of these days, I'm gonna make a video and it's gonna say, "Look what I harvested."
All right,
right on it. Yeah, we be there to hit that like button.
Okay. Period. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.
Hey, sis.
Love you too. Take care of yourself.
Annie, say bye.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, like Crooked Pete said, that you better stock up what you can, whatever you can.
And if you say you ain't got no money, you better hit up Dollar Tree, Dollar, whatever. Yeah. Get what you can get.
Yeah.
There's still a little time, people. There's still a little time, but there's not a whole lot of time.
Right.
That's what I try to tell everybody. And
you know what? I've got my container from when the Big C happened. I have not opened that container yet.
Yeah.
I need to go open it up because I had rice, beans, ramen, coffee, a whole bunch of stuff I had in there, and I still haven't opened it up yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, recycle, or what they say, circulate.
Yeah.
Rotate.
Yeah. Rotate. Yeah, rotate your stock.
That stuff been locked up in there so long.
Jamia.
Hey, Fisher Jamia.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I'm rotating a lot of my stuff, checking the dates, and make sure my expirations is not even within. I don't like to see them in 6 months. Like, if it's not within a year or 2, it's out of here.
I tell you what, go and give it to me then. I don't play that. I don't go by expiration dates.
I do.
I go by if I'm hungry and if it look good, if it smell good, I'm gonna eat it.
Dollar Tree and Walmart.
Well,
Nice.
The thing about it, if and when you do, you go shopping. If you don't do them, but just get a couple of canned goods extra.
Hey, official Jamia.
If you just get a couple extra this or extra that in your canned goods,
Right.
something that will preserve itself.
Right.
You're doing your prepping right there. And people, just because you don't have it where you can go out and buy abundance of it, the thing about it is get what you can and do what you can.
Right. A little bit at a time.
Yes, ma'am. Because I feel sorry for these people that got 4 or 5 children and then their income is not sufficient to sustain them in prepping.
Towards the end of the month, how it get real tight.
Yeah. This is one of the other reasons I was telling you about, that I purposely grow more than what I need, is because if I can help somebody, then I'm gonna help somebody.
Right.
But don't sit on your butts and then come to me wanting help.
Somebody to hand it to you.
Right.
That's right. But it thrills me to death to have you all in my life, because like I said, I get a lot of good information from you guys, from you people, and I get a lot of support from each and every one of you.
Yes.
And that means a lot, because we're going to have to be together in what's coming at us, people.
Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. We have to lean on one another. That's why I love the exchange. All you got to do is tell somebody what you need. Oh, by the way, anybody got some moringa? I need some moringa.
And I just was like, yeah, I need some moringa seeds.
Come to think of it, yeah.
What was that? What was his name? Jed? Rob in the garden.
Rob in the garden.
Yeah, fresh moringa seeds.
Oh, he got some moringa? Okay.
Yeah. I got his moringa seed right there. I said I got to put them in the ground. I ain't put them in no dirt yet.
All right.
You got moringa too, Jax?
No, I got these from Rob.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he was passing them out at the Saw Fest.
Oh, wow.
He had the fresh ones. I'm not talking about been stored back for months. I'm talking about like yesterday he got them.
Out of the pie, fresh.
Yeah, he grew them, and so the seeds came off of his tree, didn't it, Jed?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, you're so right, Sylvia. It seemed like we're the only one to see the big picture.
It seemed like we're the only one, but they see the picture too. That's why they're trying to make it even harder for us.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's going to be a point whereas we're not going to be able to mail seeds to one another because the government regulations don't stop that, because there's already certain states that can't order seeds or fruit trees from another state. So, and it's more than one state that's on that list. So it's going to go, because I actually had a package that was returned to me because I had seeds in the packet that I was mailing to somebody. Wow. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this ain't good.
Right.
So she said, Happy Max said Rob was looking for the giant sunflower seeds. So if anybody know about it, just
I got the mammoth sunflower seeds.
I got some too. Moringa comes back in my zone. This is my third year. Well, see, Sylvia out here. Yeah, they don't do cold, so they don't do well in Cleveland unless you put them in a pot and bring them in. They don't make it winners here.
That's the same way in the Carolinas. You got to bring it in the part of Carolinas I'm in.
Yeah,
you can't leave it sitting out there during the winter.
Nah, it ain't coming back. You won't be waiting on that.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do, Crooked Peach.
Yeah,
exactly what we're gonna have to do. But it's like Led Foreman said. The thing about it, if you don't know how to do this stuff and you want to learn, is just go to YouTube and research.
Yeah,
research.
A lot of libraries got some good librarians who know how to do a lot of research. and show you where to go, what books to do, what videos to check out. Because my local library, they give away free seeds. And I just happened to let one of the librarians know I had a gardening channel. And she was very knowledgeable about a lot of stuff. And I was like, oh, you the kind of librarians we need here. Because I know there's a lot of people said, yeah, the requests and the inquiries about gardening had really gotten big once the pandemic had hit, and people finding out that they don't need all that backyard for lawns. You know, all they need is a little small spot for the kids to toss the ball, and the rest of it, they can grow fruit trees and vegetables and stuff in it. So
that's it.
You know, back when I was coming up, my grandparents and my parents, you didn't let any grass grow in the yard.
Yeah.
Period. Period. Because they used that for gardening. And you get these, what they call hedge brooms, and sweep those rocks and pull that grass up. And you better not let now sprig of grass go down there where that garden is.
Yeah.
We never had a garage in the backyard. They didn't build a garage on the back of my grandmother's house until she died. She always had a garden back there. She wanted all the space, you know, like she have a couple of rows of string beans. So we'll have fresh string beans one Sunday for Sunday dinner. And then the next week we got greens, you know, we got mustards or turnips or collards. So she always had a crop growing so that we could rotate the veggies on the, you know, back in the day when they had the Sunday dinner and it was the big thing, but sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, or
hey, pretty girl. I still got something that belongs to you, pretty girl, but you never did email me your address, but I still got it.
Hey, pretty girl.
And Sylvia, you are lucky and blessed in a way because you really don't have winter. Yeah. Now during this particular time, you blessed.
Yeah.
But you think about G. Mama and Miss Shirley and myself, that we just have to go in between when it's trying to get warm. Hey, sure.
But you know what, though? She got problems, though, with them bugs. Everybody got different bugs.
Hey, Cheryl.
States, you know. We don't get certain bugs here because they can't handle the cold. They don't know how to overwinter. So hopefully that spotted bug that was here last year, I hope it didn't make it through the winter.
Part, because they said it do over winter.
Yeah, because they was dropping some kind of sticky sap over everything in the yard. And I was like,
it was turning black. I seen trees half black, like, oh my.
She said she's going to send you an email, Mr. Bammett.
Okay, pretty girl, it's Bammett with Arthur Butler at gmail.com. That's all one word. Yeah. Bammett with Arthur Butler is all one word.
Yeah.
Because I looked for it and I hadn't got it yet because I had yours ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a little something. And I think what we're going to do is just give away a gift card, and then I'm going to tell you about the OPO.
David, stop.
Oh.
But we're going to do this thing between 100 and 200.
100 and 200.
So you can start when you get ready. Start putting the numbers in when you get ready, between 100 and 200.
Well, they dropping them too.
David, I said between 100 and 200.
You know David don't play by the rules. That's not in his DNA.
That is 147. Pretty girl. Again.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. 147. All right. And I had one.
Let's check and make sure that she was the one that got it first.
147.
I just saw 147 one time.
Y'all got to hit that like button and show that you like Bammett. Just a little bit, y'all.
Yeah, a little bit of something.
Hey, Crafty Leo.
That's the only one I see, Mr. Bammett.
Okay, well, pretty girl, you got to send me your address now because you got two.
Pretty girl said, "Give it to Jigs."
No, where you see that at?
Pretty girl said, "Send it to Jigs."
I ain't see nothing like that.
I did 145.
Okay, next Tuesday, the first one that tells me what OPO means, then we're going to give them a real nice gift, a real nice one.
Well.
OPO.
Here we go.
OPO.
Okay. So I'm going to say good night to everybody. And I appreciate all of you. And I love you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Not a thing.
But love them back.
But love me
Good
back.
night, y'all.
Peace, y'all. Y'all be blessed now.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Bammett.
You're more than welcome. And make sure that you join in Sunday night, 10 o'clock with the OGs. Good night, y'all.